Edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today is Monday, February 17th, and I'm hoping you're having a great day out there, staying warm. It is very cold out there today, and I hope you had a great Valentine's Day weekend. We got a great show lined up for you guys today and all this week. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, everybody in the military, and all you veterans out there. Thank you for fighting for our country. We appreciate it very much and making America great again. Boy, I'm excited. A lot of stuff to talk about. It's showtime. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. I hope you guys are having a great day. Yes, we are live here. It's the beginning of the week, and boy, it's just another great week. So I hope you guys are having a great time. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about today, a lot of good stuff. Today is President's Day. So probably schools or banks and some places, all federal buildings are closed for President's Day today. And let's get right to our sponsor because they got some stuff going on today. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local. President's Day sale, that was February 7th. Today is the last day, folks. That's right, buy two, get one free on all Clark, Kensington, Magnolia Home, and Royal paint gallons. Red hot buys for the month of February, folks. That's right, Miracle Grow potting mix, 16-quart bag for just two for $20. Thinking about updating your old kitchen and bathroom faucet? Select Moen Faucets, 20% off the entire month of February. And Ace Wild Bird Food is 20-pound bag is two for $20. All are good things that you can get at Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Yep, you gotta love them, baby. All right, so where do we start, folks? Again, just a real update. Laura is home, if you guys are just joining us for the first time, and she's getting better and better every day, taking her morning walks and doing her breathing things that she has to do. Her appetite is good, and she's doing great, and her spirits are great. So, again, thank you for all the love that you've been sending my wife, Laura, and to our family. We really do appreciate it. Boy, let's start with Valentine's Day, right? Let's start with Valentine's Day. Hope you all went out and hope you went out, get a nice dinner and bought flowers and candy and roses for your loved ones and all that good stuff. We were at a place, so excited. We had a place, called 115 Bourbon Street in Marionette Park. Now, we used to Oceans, Chicago Rat Pack, my old group, used to play there all the time on Valentine's Day. So it's been a while since we've been there. But Carl and the crew and everybody are there. It's just a fantastic. It's a huge place if you've never been down there. I mean, they've got like 3 different bars and a disco, and they got like volleyball, and they got all this stuff. And the food is fantastic. So it was a Valentine's Day Oceans Rat Pack show, sold it out to the gills, standing room only. It was about 325 people, and it was a very big success. And I want to thank Ed Howlett and Deborah Joyce. I want to thank Jeanette, and I want to thank Joey and Cindy Spins, Louie and Dana. Thank you guys very much. And the Brandolino family. It was just for the people that were in the audience that I knew. There was a lot of people that it was just great. And the audience was unbelievable. And of course, my cohorts, Bill Saratella, and Julie, of course, his wife, and Elliot Winbush. An incredible job with the boys. And then the band was outstanding. It was one of the gigs that we finally had a nice band behind us. It was very good. Of course, Double T, Toto on drums, Jerry Jam's doing what he does. Of course, sound and etc. And then we had the Professor Daryl Armenstad, and then we had our good friend John Grande on saxophone. And it was just over the top. and the people enjoyed it, and it was a great Friday for Valentine's Day. And I hope you guys all had a good one too. Went out and had some fun. Very, very cool. Also, also want to thank my guest on Friday. Ron Starr was on talking about his band Too Much Fun, and of course his new Paul McCartney and Wings tribute band, Band on the Run. So it was great to catch up with him, and we were talking about because he's going to be on our cruise and everything. So that was fun. Saturday, we hit Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy. Now the crazy thing about weather, and you guys probably all know this, Valentine's Day, snowing, 3-4 inches, right? I mean, when we left the gig, there was snow in the car. Anyway, places were packed. Saturday night, we did Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy in St. Charles. I was excited about that. First of all, I like playing that place, Ron's place. You know, one of my favorites to play. And again, it was with the Main Event Band, Double T, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, and John Grande again on saxophone. Danny Ramundi was in Florida for those 2 days. So, but the best part of the whole night, downstairs in the theater, was 2 of my favorite bands. Now, granted, they're not the original members in any of the bands except the Babies, which opened the show. Tony Brock was one of the original drummers and one of my favorite rock drummers, actually. He played with Rod Stewart. He played with a lot of guys. So he was actually the only guy there. So they opened the show, started with Midnight Rendezvous, which was really cool. And then, of course, later on was Sweet from London, but they're not from London. They're actually here from the States. The original Sweet, Andy Scott Sweet, is actually in England. So there's 2 Sweets. So it was a nice crowd there. On the breaks, right before I went on, I got to catch the Babies' first song before our show started at 8:30. And then on my second break, I got to go down and see Sweet play, and it was very, very cool. So that was a lot of fun for Saturday night. And of course, we had a couple cancellations because they were predicting a lot of snow, and of course, the snow didn't come on Saturday. So it's really weird how it is here in the Chicagoland area, right? You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's try to see who's watching today. There's Jill. How you doing? Chris Minardi. Happy birthday, my buddy Chris Minardi, folks, guitar player in the Chicagoland area, plays a lot of solo stuff. And, of course, he's with the Chicago Piano Man Band with Nick Sahaja's tribute to Billy Joel. Happy birthday, Nick. Chris, I'm sorry. Cheryl Riccio, great seeing you and Tony on Friday, of course, and Lou Bellotti. Thank you so much, Lou, for taking some great pictures. So it was great seeing you guys. Jill from Indiana, how are you doing, buddy? It's in the house. Ronnie B is in the house. Double T, double T, double T. There's my good buddy Ron, all the way from the Lake Geneva magazine. We're going to get Ron on the show. If I can get Ron on the show this week, Ron. What about Wednesday? Let's get Ron on the show this Wednesday. Let's talk. Kathy Eppolito's birthday from California. What's up, my dear friend? Happy birthday, Kathy. Absolutely. There's my good buddy Ryan. Everybody, hello. There's Mikey from Hardcore Italianos. I love that place. And my good buddy Joey Spins, Holy Roly. Great seeing you and Cindy and Louie Pipes and Dana. Thank you for that wonderful white shirt. I love it. Thank you, Louie, if you're listening. Thank you so much. Karen Dean, was great seeing you on Saturday, too, at the Club Arcata Speakeasy. There's Danny Nozak. What's up, Danny? Speaking of Danny, folks, and we're going to get more stuff going on, and we're going to tell you the shows that we got this week. Our first show coming up this week is a good one because it's for the homeless. And you know how we are with homeless, and you know how I am with homeless, and you know how I am with animals. It's going to be at the Tap House Grill this Wednesday, the 19th of February. That's this Wednesday. Tap House Grill in Lamont. It's the concert for the homeless. It's going to be a great event. It's no cover charge. If you can bring some clothes, cats, gloves, mitts, scarves, water, hand sanitizers, bring it in. And Danny's going to make sure that everybody gets that stuff from the homeless people who really need it, and it's important. And entertaining, they're going to be doing a great job. We're going to have Double T Tony Toto there. We're going to have Ron Starr there. We're going to have Lulu Sylvester. Nick Sahajas, if he's feeling better, he's supposed to be there. Of course, we got the great John Vincent, a good friend of mine, and I hope he can make it. So it's going to be a good cause, and it starts at 7 o'clock. So this Thursday, me and Jerry Jams and Lisa P will be at Positano's in Oak Brook. Always jumping there. Friday, me and Double T will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And Saturday, folks, if you're out in the Lake Geneva area, we're back at Pier 290 with Ocean's Rat Pack, dinner and show in the boat room. We did it last year, sold it out. And we're looking forward for another sellout this Saturday at Pier 290 with Ocean's Rat Pack. And then Sunday, we're going back to a place I've not been to in a long time, Caliendo's in Winfield, Illinois with Double T. So busy week, a lot of stuff, standing room only. There you go, Danny. That's what Danny's saying about the Tap House Grill on Wednesday, the 19th. There you go. Happy, yeah, you got it. Ron looked great last night. Yeah, Chris, how you doing? Carlo, great horn player for the Buckinghams, and he plays with a lot of great bands. Of course, congratulations to our good buddy Ron Onesti, Rock Gods Awards that happened yesterday at the Joe's Live in Rosemont. Congratulations again to our buddy Ron Onesti and his staff of Onesti Entertainment. Very, very cool. Sunday, we were at the Speakeasy again, so we're there 2 nights in a row with the Professor Daryl Armenstad. What a nice little turnout that was. It's always nice when you play there. I like it. It's very intimate. People really enjoy it. The people that are eating Ron's meatball recipe, spaghetti meatball, and everything that he has there, the Sinatra Sunday thing. There's always a big turnout. It's always very successful because people, while they're eating, they're actually really enjoying that type of Sinatra type music, which is very fun, and I enjoy doing it. So it's a lot of fun. All right, so much to talk about, man. Let's get right to real estate. Why not? We got to talk to my good friend, Mary Grievous, folks. Real estate at its finest. Just don't call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, Mary Grievous at mgrievousstarkre.com. Give her a call at 630-688-1725. She's available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Mary is the girl for you when it comes to real estate. Then she also does a travel agency. And when she does a travel agency, we're talking about NTD Vacations. Now, it's not less than a month away, right? A month and a couple of days away. We're excited about the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's going to be even better than the one we did last January in 2024. This is March 22nd to March 30th. This is 8 days on the water, baby. Spring Break, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun with Mojo's Jukebox, my rock band, the Jersey Girls. Autry will be there. The Tree Jersey Girls will be there. Scott Childers from WLS, Frankie Boom Boom Hollywood Rodriguez spinning all those great songs. Of course, Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, Hillbilly Rock Stars doing the country music stuff, and of course, the ringleaders themselves, Seventh Heaven, baby, Seventh Heaven. So it's going to be great. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. And it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so tomorrow is Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. She's also been with us this week, Tuesday and Thursday. Of course, she's filling in on Thursdays for Laura until she's better to get back up and to do normal things again. But she's getting much better, like I said in the first part of the show. So thank you again. All right. So, boy, as the world is getting crazy, right? More and more stuff out there, more stuff to talk about. And I'm going to tell you a story, which is funny. Marion, how you doing? Dennis, Lake Geneva in the house. Danny Mazzi in the middle of a wet February. Yes, it is, my buddy Danny. I hope you're doing well. And speaking of Danny and Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. my good buddy Danny and Robin. Hope to see you guys. I have not seen you guys in a while, so hope you guys come out and see the show one day. It'd be cool. Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. All right, so usually when you're growing up as a kid, or when you go through stuff, whatever, you kind of remember the things, the good things and bad things that happened to you when you were a kid. You should remember. Like I remember, I think I told you a story, like I got arrested once for robbing a house. I remember the stuff that I got in trouble with or whatever, and the good times that I had as a kid. I didn't remember everything. So that's interesting to, and it's funny. So here I am Saturday at the Speakeasy, Morano Nesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy. And I went to the bar to get a drink before we go on. And the bar is packed with people. I go to the end of the bar and there's a lady sitting there with a guy. Tony, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Hope you're doing well. Oh, good, good, good. She goes, you don't remember me, do you? No. Sorry, I don't remember you. I mean, you meet a lot of people, you know what I mean? Well, we were in high school together. I guess we dated or something at one time. And I go, oh, okay. I think her name was Joanne something. I just don't remember the whole name. But she goes, don't you remember in the lunchroom when you took the carton of milk and you smashed it on my head and we started a food fight in Elmwood Park High School? No, I don't remember. You know what? I would have remembered having a food fight in the cafeteria. That's something I would have remembered. So I'm really losing. I was telling Laura the story, and my head is definitely losing it. Yeah, tell me that when someone just tells you that. So it kind of threw me off guard, thinking, boy, did I really miss that much fun in high school? Yes, I love Musk, Dennis. We'll talk about that. Absolutely. Dennis, hope to see you Pier 290 this Saturday in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Rat Pack Dinner Show. Oh, Danny, it'd be great to see you at Caliendo. It's going to be a good, we've only been there once, so I'm looking forward to that on Sunday. All right, so it's an interesting story. I thought it was very funny. All right, let's get to some other stuff here. Boy, where do we begin? 45 weeks till Christmas. 45 weeks to Christmas. We are counting the days, ladies and gentlemen. Also, let's speak about sports. Let's go the NFL. They did a survey of teams, fans that are most depressed and most upset with their teams losing in the NFL. And wouldn't you know it, the most fans with heartbreak are the fans of the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears came in at number one. Their fans are the most heartbroken when it comes to football in the NFL. The Bears, the Chicago Bears. And you know what? As long as I've known people in the business or people in general who love the Chicago Bears, they all love the Bears. They always say next year, and most of them still think, it's 1985. So they are in the NFL. They're voted with the fans with the most heartbreak. It makes sense. Paul McGee, wow, I didn't know you went to Elmwood Park High School. Did you know B, who later became a police officer? Paul, I graduated in 81, buddy, and I can probably only tell you a handful of people I remember from high school, so I don't remember too many. And that's just me getting pretty old. That's all that is, brother. But Paul, I hope you're doing well. All right, folks. Also, like I said, happy President's Day. So a lot of people are either off school and probably off work. Unless you're working from home, you might be off. I don't know how that works now because it's a different world now that people work from home. So I don't know if they give them the day off. I don't know how that works. Mo, isn't that the truth of all Chicago teams? Yeah, Paul, I think so. Sox, Cubs, only won 2 World Series. Sox won 1. The Bulls won a lot, and then, when the Hawks won a lot. But, yeah, for a long time, they were the lovable losers, all the Chicago teams. But you're right, Paul, on that one. All right, let's get to some other stuff, folks, as well. Boy. Kruger, is it right? Kroger, the stores, the grocery stores, Kruger and Albertson, 200 corporate layoffs So there'll be 400 people losing their job between Albertsons and Kruger losing their jobs. A lot of layoffs happening in a lot of different places too. So interesting stuff. And then, you know what I'm excited about? Are you a fan of the Ravinia? I love that concert hall to go see concerts. I've only been to a couple. I actually opened for Tony Bennett at the Ravinia years ago. So, anyway, they got a whole new renovation. $75 million are putting in this renovation for the Ravinia. So that should be interesting to see what happens with that. And you know what? We were talking about some of the younger generation type thing. This is pretty interesting, and I never even thought about this, but almost 50% men, this is mostly men, because the men should ask the girls out on dates. I don't even know if that's the old school anymore, but almost 50% of men between the age of 18 and 25 have never asked a woman out in person. Mind you, 50% of men between 18 and 25, or is it 18? 18 and 35. 18 and 35 have never asked a woman out in person. It's all on the computer and those dating things. What's going on with that? You're not a man that you can't talk to the woman and say, hey, you want to go out for coffee? You want to go out for dinner? You want to go out for a drink? Is that really in person? I mean, or the texting and all that shit? Or pick up the phone? Wow. 50%. That's a lot. That's crazy. Mo, I'm sure you remember me, Tall Paul. I was just supersized. Oh, okay. There you go, Paul. How you doing, pal? Elmwood Park. Isn't that horrible, guys? 31 days till spring. Thank you, Ronnie B. But yeah, 50% have never asked a woman out in person. 74% of women want to be approached. 74% of women want to be approached face to face. They don't want the text. Can we go out for dinner? Be a man and go see the girl and ask her out on a date like a man does. That's what you're supposed to do, right, David? I hope you're doing well. A lot of echoes going on with the show. Oh, Dennis, I'm sorry. I don't know, buddy. I can't tell you. I think you might be the only one. Anybody else getting that echo in the show? All I can say is that it's go old school in some balls. I mean, really, Paul, old school is the way to go, Paul. I agree. Marion, it is lazy. Are they scared to be rejected in person? A lot of people might be scared to be rejected in person. So if they say no, not interested on the phone, it's a little easier. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. All right, let's see what else we got here. Boy, it just goes from one end to the other, don't it, folks? If you're a wrestling fan, if you've been following the WWE and WWF for a lot of years, you all know who Vince McMahon is. He's the man, the CEO. He was the big man for WWF and WWE. Of course, he had some problems in the last year or so about sexual allegations and all this stuff like that. Well, good news, according to Newsmax, Vince McMahon, the federal department has dropped the sexual misconduct investigation on Vince McMahon. So you can, if you want more of that, you can read. I think he's got a special on Netflix on Mr. McMahon, if you're in that. So they dropped the sexual misconduct. Probably paid off to keep everybody quiet. Buddy, now that's an incredible question. That is an incredible question. With women's rights these days and the way things, they want this just like men do, why can't women ask men out? Now, maybe there are. I'm not saying there don't. I'm just saying what this poll said. I think a woman has the right to ask a man out. But for me, old school, the man should ask. Just my opinion. Don't mean much because, guys, to be honest with you, people in our age group or older, our thoughts and our ways of life and the ways of thinking are over to the younger generation. They're completely, from people I know that I talk to who have children, it's just a different world out there. So, yes, buddy, a woman should be able to ask a man, but if it was me, old school, I think a man should ask a woman and do it the right way. And get turned down in person instead of over your phone. Right, exactly. All right. speaking, going back to the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butler, after he finished the game, and they were press conferences and stuff because they lost, heading back to his locker room, somebody stole his clothes. Somebody stole his clothes, and he had to leave the stadium in New Orleans wearing a towel. He had to leave wearing a towel. Someone stole his clothes. Interesting stuff you hear, right, folks? That's right. Stole his clothes. Oh, Cayenne West, or Keon, or however you pronounce it. All of a sudden, now he is split. Him and Bianca Censori have split. They're not together anymore. After the craziness at the Grammys, where they walked in and she looked like she was half nude, she took off the mink coat. I'm sure you guys seen the story. And they weren't even allowed inside the Grammy Awards. They were just on the red carpet. Once she pulled the coat off and she was half naked, they didn't even let them in the building. Supposedly after that stunt, if you follow the story, Bianca Censori's father is a so-called mob guy. Wanted to sit down with the man, how he's handling his daughter. So they are not together anymore. How sad is that? And then my daughter was telling me, once I told my daughter Gianna this story, she told me he doesn't want to be known as Kiani. He doesn't know. Now he's just Ye. That's it. Ye West. I guess that's his brand for his company, whatever. So that's what he wants to be called now. So, Ye, you're alone, and I'm sure you go find somebody else. It is what it is. TikTok. If you're into TikTok, if you're not into TikTok, I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about it, actually. I think my point of view of TikTok, you guys already know. I don't know if it's all there, but anyway, it was taken down, and now it's back again. But now you can actually go on the App Store and actually download TikTok again. I don't think they made a decision yet. They had 75 days to make a decision for an American company to buy it. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't follow it, so I'm not on it. I'm not even on. I don't know what a Snapchat is. I couldn't tell you what that is either. So I'm only on like 3. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Twitter. So I don't really know the other ones out there. I didn't see it, folks. Patrice, how you doing, my dear friend? I hope you're doing well. Dennis, I did not see the 50th anniversary Saturday Night Special. I heard it was good from people that liked it. I heard my good buddy Matt Cassane, who plays Chris Farley, had a little spot on the show at the end of the credits. He also does President Trump. He's been on our show before. So congratulations to my buddy Matt Cassane on that. That someone told me that they seen him. I didn't watch it. I was never really a fan of Saturday Night Live. Like I said during the week, I only watched Saturday Night Live when my favorite band was on. And if I liked the artist, I'd watch Saturday Night Live. I really didn't care about the skits and all that stuff. I wouldn't expect a woman to pay, but it would be nice if I knew the lady that was interested. There you go. Todd, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing well, pal. Yeah, so to answer to your question, Dennis, I did not watch the Saturday Night Live thing, but a lot of people watched it, and they said it was funny. So very, very cool. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. It's time for you people to invest and start to learn how to become your own bank, especially the younger generation out there. We're talking about Imperialux. Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Pick up the phone and call them at 630-890-1213 or book them on Calendly for a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve with Imperialux. And if you're going to be joining us on the Chicago Music Cruise, Wendy Thompson and Craig will be on that cruise doing seminars for Imperialux. Plus, Wendy plays Marilyn Monroe and Britney Spears. She has her own show on the cruise, so it'll be a good time. See her, talk to her, but better yet, pick up the phone about Imperial X, 630-890-1213, and say, I'm interested. I want to learn how to become my own bank. You're watching Ocean's Pit. A lot to talk about today, folks. And I'm going to thank you all for watching. If you can share the show, I would really appreciate it. And if you can go to YouTube and become a subscriber, I would love that just as much, folks. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Monday to Friday at noon. All right, there's Dave, Ronnie B, Kathy. I hope you're doing well. What other news that we have here? Denny's. How many people remember when you were younger, you'd go out to nightclubs and party, have a great time, and all end up at Denny's at 3 a.m, all screwed up and eating it, right? Didn't go home late. Everybody went to Denny's. But they're closing a whole bunch of stores, especially in Chicago, over a dozen stores in the Chicagoland area. Our favorite place, Denny's, is closing down. Paul, all you singles out there, and support the restaurants and live bands and get busy enjoying people and places. The rest will fall into place. Paul, I agree with you. I always say buy local, shop local, and always support live establishments and restaurants and live entertainment. So thank you, Paul, for spreading the word. I appreciate that very much. Do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, the Democratic Party is only down to 20 big cities. That's it. 20 big cities. That's it for the Democratic Party. They are panicking. Just throwing that out there, folks. Kind of brought that upon yourself. Caviar. Now, caviar is something that I don't like. I think I've had it a couple times. I don't know what the whole big fuss about it is. You put it on the cracker. It's supposed to be, special bottle of champagne. But what they're charging for this stuff, now this is just certain stuff. This is a Stradera Bianco. It made from sturgeon, Alaskan. Anywhere $9,000. $34,000. Is it crazy? Do you people like caviar? Do you guys eat this stuff? Even if I had the money, I wouldn't spend money on this kind of stuff. Caviar, Russian caviar, $9,000. With this sturgeon, Alaskan beluga, whatever, $34,500. Is it insane? Thank you, Dennis, for that. I appreciate that. Golden Bear I used to go to all the time, Kathy, yes. But do you guys like, the question of the day, do you guys like caviar? All right. Kathy says, no, it's salty. Do it. It's rarity, which stems from the endangered status of the sturgeon that produce it. Ooh, Larry, very good. All right. And I love the sturgeons. Those things are huge, man. I used to watch some of those shows where they catch them, catch and release, of course. But thank you. I knew back, I remember when I was a kid, it was always, well, you want some caviar and, champagne. And you seen them in all those old movies and, James Bond with the caviar. So, yeah, interesting stuff. They should, cronies. Yeah, Dennis, they did. You're right. And we'll talk a little bit more about as the week goes on. Snapchat, the longest, I don't know nothing about Snapchat, but if you people are on Snapchat, the longest Snapchat streak is crossed 10 years, 3,662 days. A girl named Katie and Aaron, the longest Snapchat streak, 10 years. So I guess they've been communicating for 10 years on this streak. Supposedly, if I got this right, I don't know about Snapchat, so I couldn't tell you. And I didn't really care to look up the information on it. But 3,662 days straight. Interesting. Let's see. Tracy and I are neutral on caviar, but her uncles in Nashville eat it up like butter on toast. Mike and Tracy watching from Good Clean Fun and the Taylor Swift Experience. They're on the road doing their show, so I hope your shows are successful. My friend Julie Jewel, how are you doing? I do, but I haven't had the expensive kind. Okay, there you go. So I didn't know there wasn't a less expensive kind. I don't know that. There's Jerry Jams. How you doing, buddy? Sandra Jerry, nice job Friday and Saturday, buddy. All right, so yeah, caviar stuff that's garbage. I don't know. All right, people are making. I seen this from the Democrats. They posted this saying President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, um, the new Republican Party, total combined have 18 kids and 7 mothers. So, what's the big deal? Why do people have a problem with that? I bet you those kids are taken care of. I bet you they're not running on child support, running from child support. I bet you those guys have nice cars and have their whole life taken care of them, those kids. So congratulations to President Donald Trump and Elon Musk. If they have 18 kids combined and 7 mothers, it is what it is. It's not just those 2 people in the world, folks. So let's just, stop with this. And it's only the Democratic Party that's picking on this, obviously. But Dennis, fancy caviar eating black eggs. Okay, there you go. All right, we got some sad news in the bar business. My very good friend, I've known my good buddy Ryan and his family, Melissa, for many, many years. Before he did sound with me, and then he was my sound guy for many years as well. And he has a place, or had a place, in McHenry called Bugsy's. Fine place, beautiful place, great food, great deals, always giving McHenry people a great product. But like when you open bars or restaurants or any business, it takes your ups and your downs, and hopefully you can make it through. Well, eventually they just closed their doors this past weekend. They were supposed to be open for Valentine's Day, but they closed before that. I talked to Ryan. He's doing good. His spirits are good. And hopefully, we don't know. We'll see what happens with Ryan. He's going to make some more moves because he's always does something. Ryan will be right back on his feet again. But the restaurant, Bugsy's, is no longer in the McHenry area. So thank you, Ryan, for all those great. We have played there twice. I think when we did the grand opening when it was a packed house, and then we were there last month, actually. But the food was always great. The service was always great, and they did a great job on that place. Everything that Ryan did with his nightclubs or restaurants have always been very successful. This one, I think it's a little difficult when you're in the McHenry area. I think it might have been I think maybe if he was closer maybe to the water, it might have been a little bit better, but I know Ryan busted his ass getting that place up and running and looking beautiful as it did. And it wasn't just your average restaurant. The food was fantastic. The Bears, they did the halftime thing for Bears and the fish fry and everything. So, again, thank you, Ryan, for everything, you and Melissa and the family for Bugsy's. And I'm sure Ryan's going to jump right back in and for something and do something just as good. That's going to be just as successful. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Let's tell you about some other shows coming up. On the 26th, we'll be at Rosario's in February 26th, next Wednesday, we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle with my buddy Double T, Tony Toto. On the 27th, Thursday, it will be Ocean's Rat Pack at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy. That is Bill, that's Elliot, that's me, and it's a show. It's going to be good. I think Julie's going to be doing sound, I think, that day, if I'm correct. But it's Ocean's Rat Pack, the 27th of February. Go to oshows.com. On the 13th of March, we're playing a new place in Lisle, Bella Notte, and I'll be doing a show there with my good buddy Dave Calderon. You guys remember Dave from Jilly's. You might remember him from Blackjacks in Elgin. And so we'll be doing a couple stuff together there on the 13th. And Jerry Jam. So that's the 13th of March. On the 15th, we'll be in Hobart, Indiana at the Hobart Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack. Jill, if you're near Hobart, Ocean's Rat Pack is coming to Indiana March 15th. And back to after this Saturday at Pier 290 in Lake Geneva, we're going back to Lake Geneva, Tony Ocean Live on Saturday, April 19th at the Getaway, which restaurant is in the French country, and they're right next door to each other. Arnie and Eric do an incredible job there. We're playing inside for the very first time. It's going to be 2 shows, limited seating, but there'll be 2 shows, 2 seatings, and that's Saturday, April 19th. Write the date, get out there, and I can get you some deals on rooms if you're interested in coming up. You got to private message me that. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a lot of fun. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's keep it going. World Radio Day for all you people that love the radio. It's National Flag Day in Canada. Yes. Congratulations to the USA beating Canada 3-1. I always liked Canada, but when they booed the United States at the hockey game there, folks, I was not happy with that. How dare you boo the United States of America? They will conquer you. They will destroy you, Canada. And I like Canada. I like a lot of groups from Canada, musical groups. So booing the United States was not a good move, my opinion. And you got your ass kicked 3-1. So just me. But still, I still say happy National Flag Day for the country of course, Canada. It's also Founders Day in Italian-American war veterans. So everybody in Italy, thank you so much for the men and women who fought for our country. As I get older, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really sleep anymore. No. It's almost like more of a dose between pee breaks, right? I think I may be up twice a week or twice a night. I don't sleep anymore. You roll over and that is, you think that's funny. Did Zoe hesitate going out today? No, Zoe went out, didn't stay out long because it is cold, that's for sure. So speaking of that, let's talk about the weather. That's right. It's that time, folks. And thank you for mentioning it. I had to look at the clock again. This is the Ace Minute brought to you by JRC Hardware Stores. It's today's weather for Monday, February 17th. It's minus 2 degrees out there, folks. Actually, it's 2 degrees out there. It feels like minus 13. It's bristling cold with the wind chill. I was out this morning shopping. That's right, man. I'm a man. I went out there and I shopped in the cold. 68 humidity, folks. 9 miles an hour wind. And the warming, it's not going to happen for another 7 days before it warms up a little bit. And that is the Weather Minute brought to you by the JRC Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. You want to laugh, folks? Here's a laugh. Well, what happens when you lose and you can't become president? Because you can't cheat like the last election. What do you do? Mo, it was awesome yesterday. I attended a celebration of life with my friend Gordy. Oh, that was also on the books. Yeah. You know what, Paul? I've known Gordy through the years. We weren't that close, but we knew each other. You know what I mean? And I know when he used to work for Ron Onesti, and I was working at the Speakeasy, so I couldn't go to the memorial, but it was at the Broken Oar, and I heard it was very successful and very, very cool. It was packed, and a lot of musicians, they played. So again, our good friend Gordy up in heaven. So thank you. I want to thank Albert too. I know he was there. And he sent me a picture of the MASH card. Albert, I know you're watching, but I know I can't see your comments. So hopefully we're going to do some changing here with some of this stuff here going on here. All right, guys, let's put that. It's a month away till March 13th. And the sunsets will start at 7 p.m. Sunsets will start at 7 p.m. Back on the moon. Are you ready? They're going to the crew of the Artemis 2 will be going to the moon again soon. Now, that should be interesting to see what happens with that. I love that kind of stuff. All right, what do we got here? This is funny, folks. Kamala Harris. What is she going to do now? Rumor has it she's going to run for mayor of California in 2026. So I know Kathy's out there, Kathy's out there, Eppolito, celebrating her birthday. But Kathy, what do you think is Kamala would be your governor in California in 2026? Oh, what a joke. And you know what? She might win in California, but I don't know. She is going to try to, that's rumor has it, she's going to run for governor of, oh, dear God, Kathy. Time for you to move back to Illinois, Kathy. Yeah, our governor is not that great here either. So We're both in the same boat. Now, Doge, DOGE, finding all the fraud and finding all this money that was spent uselessly. How about this? Elon Musk, the Doge, found evidence that 150-year-old people were still collecting Social Security benefits. People at 150 years old. Crooks, that's what I call them. And that's why they're afraid. Yeah, the 150-year-olds are still collecting Social Security. How many people are still alive at 150 years old? Robert, the General, I hope it doesn't happen for my friends in California. That's what I hope. Yeah. Carol, how you doing, my dear friend? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so they found people 150 years old collecting Social Security. Yeah, wow. And they're doing such a bad job, aren't they, folks? They're doing such a bad job. Oh, my God. Oh, here we go. People Magazine. Speaking of Elon Musk, People Magazine says that author Ashley St. Clair says she's gave birth to Mr. Musk's 13th child 5 months ago. So just like I said before, so he's got 13 kids. Who cares? I'm sure they're well taken care of. And whether you like President Trump or not, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, and most people, when you go into an office, you put pictures up of the family, or you put pictures up like I've got of everything around here, But Donald Trump goes into his office, Oval Office, and on a wall he has a picture of his mugshot. Only President Donald Trump can do that, folks. And people must say, "Hey, right?" Oh, nothing surprises me. It's just crazy. You know who's in trouble, folks? For all you motorcycle fans out there, Harley Davidson is in a lot of trouble with serious sales. I guess the sales of motorcycles are going down. I've never been a guy to ride motorcycles. So I really couldn't tell you. But I always remember that Harley Davidson was the class, top act when it came to motorcycles. But I guess they're having some financial problems. So I don't know what's going to happen with Harley Davidsons. Dennis, politicians making $150,000 there, more of all multimillionaire. Yeah, it must be nice, right? It really shows the power of goodness in people that made me proud of probably over 500 people showing up. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was very, very touching there, Paul. I wish I could have made it. Like I said, I was working, unfortunately, but I'm glad that Gordy got a great send-off. Club Lucky in Bucktown is the new restaurant. Supposedly later, it's been there a long time, Club Lucky, but supposedly there's been a couple now, a mysterious couple that are going around different clubs and restaurants in the city of Chicago and the suburbs of Chicago, and they're tipping mysterious tippers. This one happened. This is the fourth time this is happening. Whoever this mysterious couple is has been leaving big tips. This one just happened at Club Lucky, which is in Bucktown area. Left a tip to one of the servers for $3,000 tip. $3,000 tip. We don't know who this mysterious couple is, but it's happened 4 times already at 4 different locations. On the fourth one was Club Lucky, and the lucky server got $3,000 tip. Last time, ladies and gentlemen, that I had faith in the news was when it was with Huey Lewis and the news. That was the last time I have any faith in the news, especially certain channels, of course. Oh, for you Chicago White Sox fans, I know Provenzano is watching, Joey Spins is watching, I know the General is watching, I know Jerry's watching, former Major League Baseball player for the Chicago White Sox, former pitcher, former closer, he was a closer for the White Sox, Bobby Jerks, has stomach cancer. So our prayers go out to Bobby Jerks and the Jerks family, and of course, and the Chicago White Sox. Wow. And folks, look, they showed a picture of Ryan's Field coming soon. Is that the new field where the Bears will end up playing? I don't know. And if they listen, I know everybody thinks they're going to go on tonight's because they're going to get a dome. But if they go to Ryan's Field, they're going to put a dome there either way. So I don't know which way they're going to end up. But my buddy Roy just showed a picture of them starting the construction on that area for Ryan's Field for maybe the new Chicago Bears Stadium. So should be interest. Carol, give him my address. Yeah, there you go. I agree with you. Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. After somebody wins the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, a team, they usually have a big parade at their town or their city, right? Whatever. The Philadelphia Eagles had their parade. And now listen to this, people who showed up to this parade, folks, over 1 million people showed up at the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl winning parade in Philadelphia, celebrating the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Over 1 million people showed up for that parade. They know how to party, boy. They know how to have a little fun. Oh, and speaking of the NFL, that's right, folks, Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. He said he was going to stay on another year with Kansas City, but I don't know. Maybe he'll change his mind after the slacking that they got. But anyway, he proposed to Taylor Swift, supposedly, according to sources. Her ring was $12 million, and they had a private party for their family and friends. So maybe now he's going to retire, be a father, be a husband, and stay with Taylor and do what they're going to do. Remember, I think his brother is making great money. I think does he do like commercials, and he does, an analyst, whatever, in sports, right? So why keep getting hit? You already got the 2 Super Bowls. You got the biggest star in the world is just going to be your wife, $12 million ring. So what's going to be sad, though, if he does retire, then that Taylor probably will never go to another Kansas City Chiefs game, or you won't see her there. So I think for the Kansas City Chiefs following and fans who went up 20 to 30%, more people watch the Kansas City Chiefs games because of her. They're going to lose all that income for her not showing up, or she might show up, if they go see their old teams. But interesting to see what happens. Our prayers also, so congratulations to Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged. $12 million ring. Very nice. Our prayers go out to Pope Francis. He's in the hospital with bronchitis. So our prayers go out to the Pope. Oh, boy, so much stuff. It just keeps talking and going into stuff here today. And we still got a lot more to talk about. We don't have that much time, though. That's the problem. Let's get to another company that I love to support. And not only is it a great company, but he's a great friend. And I know that he does the job well when his company comes out to your home. We're talking about Jack Vena Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design, service, installation, servicing the North Shore for 45 years. You need to call Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tony O sent ya. They are the guys for you. And another company that always does a great job when they go out, we're talking about Airtight Windows. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland area for 35 years. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Give Louis Pipes a call at 708-788-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you. And make sure, they do an incredible job. And like I always say, of all our sponsors, whether they're our sponsors or not, buy local, shop local, and they will give you a great deal just by mentioning Ocean's Pit. Yes. What else we got on this list here today? Okay. Well, let's see. On the 15th. Now, a healthy relationship. Debbie, how are you doing? Mary, how are you doing? Again, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that Laura is doing much better. She's every day she's walking more and more. She's taking her breathing. Her appetite is up. Her spirits are up. She walks to the office for a couple minutes as much as she can every day. So she's doing good. So thank you again for all your prayers and always asking, guys. I do appreciate Ronnie B too and everybody that's been asking on the show. Dave, she probably bought the ring. You mean Taylor Swift could have bought the ring? No, I think he's got a lot of money too. Not as much as her, of course, but yeah. So there you go. All right. A lot of people went out for Valentine's Day. I think with the snow that was out there on a normal Friday or Saturday night, it would have scared the normal people. But because it was Valentine's Day, people went out. Everybody, the places that I talked to, they were packed. We were packed. We were sold out at 115 Bourbon Street, 122 paid. 322, excuse me. So I know that they were out because it was Valentine's Day. I think if it was another Friday, maybe, because when they hear 4 inches of snow, people they get a little crazy. But the smart ones probably did this. They probably went out on Saturday to places that were less crowded and prices aren't so high. They don't have that special Valentine's Day menu. So most people might have went out on Saturday or Sunday, or maybe went out on Thursday, the night before Valentine's Day. So interesting. Also, another a great singer, started in Chicago as a singer. Then he became the lead singer of a band called Kansas. Carry On, My Wayward Son, Dust in the Wind. Of course, we're talking about Chicago's own Ronnie Platt, who just got some sort of cancer. So I don't know exactly what kind of cancer he has. So our prayers go out to Ronnie Platt and the Platt family and the group Kansas, who he's been their singer for, I think, over 10 years, 15 years. So sorry about this. Horrible. Nope, Shoeless Joe's Friday for the Hat Guys. All right, Paul. How was their Friday for the Hat Guys, Paul and Shoeless? Did they have a good crowd there? Good. All right. Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, you used to go to school, grade school, high school. You sat in your chairs, and in front of you was the teacher's desk. And right above that, right behind the teacher's desk was a chalkboard. And right above the chalkboard was a clock. A wall clock, a big clock. Schools right now, ladies and gentlemen, are removing the annual clocks from schools because the new kids generation can't tell time. They can't write a letter and they can't tell time. These art schools are removing the analog clocks as teenagers can't tell time. What is this world coming to? Well, good. Oh, great. Yeah. I've heard of them, Paul. They do a great job. Yeah. So everybody was still out on Friday, even though the snow was there. And because they came out, I think also because of Valentine's Day. So there you go. It depends who the person is. I know people that don't go out complain when it rains. So I'm glad they did a good job over there. Anyway, so there you go. Removing the clocks. Is it crazy? You know what's crazy? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Watch the Jetsons when we're kids. All the things that happen with the Jetsons are happening now, folks. Robot Army is coming. The U.S. firm is building 100,000 humanoids, and they'll be built in the next 4 years. Like War of the Worlds, man. If you ever watched that movie, the old movie, not the one with Tom Cruise, the original one. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Yeah, I know. Shoeless Joe's is not a casino. I used to play there all the time, Dave. Yeah. Joe Macatelli used to own it. I think his son owns it now. Absolutely. Yeah, so there you go. Congratulations, William Bryson, winning the Daytona 500 for the second year in a row for all you NASCAR fans. And congratulations to President Donald Trump, who actually was the very first president to attend a NASCAR 500 race. And he actually went around a couple laps in the president's limousine So he showed himself to the young public too, and people like that. He got a nice standing ovation in Raw when they mentioned Donald Trump at the NASCAR 500. Again, congratulations, William Bryan, winning 2 years in a row. It's Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, folks. We are coming to the end of the hour. One last thing I got to say, but you know what? I'll save it for tomorrow for Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. In the meantime, folks, don't forget, this Wednesday, Tap House Grill in Lamont. It's going to be a concert for the homeless. I'm excited because it's a good cause. And like I said, to get in, there's no admission fee, but there's going to be raffle tickets. There's going to be raffles. You can people buy, bet on stuff. Buy raffles and get some stuff. But to get in, it would be nice. You don't have to, but it would be nice if you can bring some sort of clothing, some warm stuff for the homeless people, the coats and scarves and hats and mittens and water and hand sanitizers and all that stuff would be very, very important to get in. And I'll be there with Double T, Tony Toto, Ron Starr, Stephanie Lemon Briganer, John Vincent, Lulu Sylvester, hopefully Nick Sahajas if he's feeling better, because I know he was sick yesterday. So it should be a good show and for a good cause. Thursday, back at Positano's. If you want to go back to the old Jillies, go to Positano's in Oak Brook this Thursday. Me, Lisa P., and Jerry Jams. It's 7 o'clock hit. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And Saturday, dinner and show back in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin at Pier 290 in the boat room with Ocean's Rat Pack. Tribute to Frank, Dean, and Sammy. I like that place. I just love playing with the Rat Pack shows, and they're fun. And Sunday, we're going to Caliendo's on the 23rd. I've been there once, and we're back. This is the second time for dinner and show, me and Double T, Tony Toto, this Sunday. So it's a busy week, a lot of stuff. So that's what it is. But you know what it's time for? It's time for birthdays for Monday, the 17th of February. Our good friend Mario Gullo and Gullo International celebrating a birthday, 80 years old. Mr. Gullo, congratulations. Jerry Springer celebrating a birthday. I didn't know it was Jerry Springer Getty. So he was actually, I wonder if he was related to the Getty family with the money. Elizabeth Banks, actress, celebrating a birthday. John Aston, who played on The Addams Family, 94 years old. Simon Pegg, a great British actor, 55 years old. Arsenio Hall turned 69 years old. Rocky Laporte, funny man on the south side of Chicago, great comic. Galileo, celebrating a birthday. Susan B. Anthony, celebrating a birthday. Chris Farley, Saturday Night Live. My buddy Joe Stout, Joe and Luann. Joe, happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday to Chris Minardi. Happy birthday to Kathy Eppolito in California. Happy birthday to Ernest Shackleton, one of the great mountain climbers of its time. How about The Weeknd? Turns 34 years old. Elizabeth Olsen of the Olsen twins, 35 years old. And rapper, actor Ice-T turns 66 years old. It's Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. And that's right. Let's get right to our sponsor, folks, the great Ace Hardware. We're going to have Raffaello on soon doing a do-it-yourself with Ralphie. With Ace, we're going to take a topic, and then he's going to be on the show once a month to do that. We're expecting a date for Ralph for this month in February. All right, folks, so they got a lot of stuff going on here. Ace basic pleated furnace filters are now buy 3, get 1 free. Easy way to keep your running surface running properly is to switch out furnace filters monthly. Small engine repair on all makes and models, lawnmowers, snowblowers, generators, chainsaws. They do it all. Tune-up starts at $105 plus parts. And let's not forget that all Carhartt jackets, vests, crew necks, sweaters are now 30% off at all the JRC hardware stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Guys, thank you for joining us today, and stay inside if you can. I got Mojo's Jukebox rehearsal tonight. We're getting ready for the cruise, and not that far away, the Chicago Music Cruise. 8 days in the sun and the fun. It's going to be good. I think this time I'm missing Laura because she won't be able to be with me, so I will definitely miss my wife because we have fun when we go on those cruises. When we go on vacation, it's a lot of fun. But this is vacation and work, even though we're only working two nights, I think. But It's going to be fun. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody. It's a tough world out there, but it's time to come together now. Come together is what we need to do. Stop all this bickering between people. It's just, life's too damn short. Take it. Enjoy it. Ringo Starr says peace and love. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. Sleep warm. God bless. Nick, take us out, piano man.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from town.